Shalom. Thank you all for joining us for Children of Life Bible Study. We will go ahead and begin with our prayer. And we're just going to thank Yeshaya for the breath in our bodies. Come on. Sometimes you can just talk to Yeshaya and say thank you. I thank Yeshaya for the breath in our bodies. We're alive, we're well, we're healthy. We're here on the Sabbath. So I thank Yeshaya for that. All right, so we're going to sing the Lord's Prayer in ancient Hebrew. Y'all can kind of like scoot back and over and back. Y'all kind of adjust it.
To the left, take step back.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Haya Shemcha, Ahaya, Malach Waska, Nava, Ratzavakaya, Asham, Ratzavakaya, Ayam, Nawa, Laho Kayawa, Wasarak Nawa, Kawak Nawa, Kasarak Nawa, Kawak Nawa, Wala, Wala Nawa. Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Haya Shemcha, Ahaya, Malach Waska, Nava, Ratzavakaya, Asham, Ratzavakaya, Ayam Shemayim, Nawa, Lahon Kayawa, Wasavak Nawa, Kawawak Nawa, Kasavak Nawa, Kawawak Nawa, Walaha, Lavaya Nawa, Anasayawa, Yahashai Nawa, Ma, Raikaya, Halakha, Wawa'ala, Awadai Paira, Rahalaya, Now we have the Lord's Prayer in English. All right. Renee, would you like to lead us? Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Good. All right. Now we have our credo. Zion, can you tell us what the credo is? Where is it? Deuteronomy. You have the chapter and verse. Good. So Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Orion, would you like to lead us? Yeah. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Shwaya Shabbat Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa Ahaya Aka. Hero Israel, the Lord our
God is one Lord. Shemaya Sharala Ahaya. Allahaya Nawa Ahaya Akkad. Hero Israel. The Lord our God is one Lord. Shemaya Sharala Ahaya. Allahaya Nawa Ahaya Akkad. Hero Israel. The Lord our God is one Lord. All right. And now, Michael, what do we have next? Now you know Michael. What? No, we don't have the colors. The Ten Commandments. Everyone, where can we find the Ten Commandments? Yep, Exodus chapter 20. All right, what's the first commandment? Second? The third commandment? Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. The fourth commandment? All right, what's the fifth commandment? Sixth commandment. All right, and what's the sixth commandment? I didn't hear everybody. The seventh commandment? What? Oh, okay. What's the eighth commandment? What's the ninth commandment? And what's the 10th commandment? All right. No, we have the fruit of the Spirit. No, where's the fruit of the Spirit? All right, let's say it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. But the fruit of the Spirit is
joy, peace,
all right. Now we have the Hebrew alphabet. Now, would you like to lead us? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job. And now we have the numbers. All right. So we're gonna go 1 all the way to 30. All right. We're gonna start strong and we're gonna finish strong. Okay? That don't sound like we're gonna start strong and finish strong. We're gonna start strong and finish strong. Okay?
Oh, what? You need more energy than that.
Okay.
What? You don't sound excited. All together. There we go.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, Shanayim. 3, Shalasha. 4, Arvaiha. 5, Kamasha. 6, Shasha. 7, Shabaiha. 8, Shemawana. 9, Shashaiha. 10, Ishar. 11, Akkad Ishar. 12, Shanayim Ishar. 13, Shalasha Ishar. 14, Arvaiha Ishar. 15, Kamasha Ishar. 16, Shasha Ishar. 17, Shabaiha Ishar. 18, Shemawana Ishar. 19 Ashar Ishar, 20 Asharayam, 21 Asharayam Akkad, 22 Asharayam Shanayam, 23 Asharayam Shalasha, 24 Asharayam Araba'ah, 25 Asharayam Kamasha, 26 Asharayam Shasha, 27 Asharayam Shabbatah, 28 Asharayam Shemawana, 29 Asharayam Nasha'ah, 30 Shalashayam. Yes, now we have the colors. Amaris, can you give us our first color in English and ancient Hebrew? Mm-hmm. Baz, all right. Nasa.
Except black.
Okay.
Chicago.
All right. Alaya, what's your color?
Say blue, please.
Green. Green. What's green? Oh.
Thank you. All right. Orion, purple. Sagawa, okay. Micah, pink. Rawawa, Zion, red. Say it again.
She wrong. She wrong.
Sagash, yes, but no. Oh, I think.
You look real serious.
It's the glasses.
Yeah, that's the glass. Like you need your real color.
What?
Just look at all the colors around you. Just name any color. Yeah, keep going. Come on.
You're gonna miss your turn.
Yeah, you about to miss your turn.
3, 2, 1.
Blue, okay. Thank you. Neve, what's your color? Someone, he just said blue. Say a color. Green. Someone said green. You gonna miss your turn too. Say a color. Brown. Okay, what's brown? You gotta talk loud. Talk louder. Say it. Say it. Thank you. Amaris. He said, oh. Gray. All right. What's gray in ancient Hebrew? Power. All right. Mariah. You said purple.
Choose a different color.
Don't worry, it's my favorite color.
Okay. I said everybody said the same color.
All right. Go ahead, Michael. Yellow to Zahua.
What did she?
All right.
She
I'm gonna help y'all
She said
out.
white and brown.
What she did?
Oh.
Oh.
She said it to the couch.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna help y'all out. Orange. What you said? What's orange? What's black? Shikawar. All right. No, we just said black.
Well, actually, he had said. Oh. Oh, it's Mr. has said black.
Oh, he did say black? Okay. Well, that's all the colors.
Good job.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, so chicks were.
All right. All right. You can see the shapes. All right. We have circle. circle, cod, square, rabah. We have rectangle, malaban, malaban, salaki malabasham, malaban. We have triangle, mashalash. All right, we're gonna do it again.
Circle. Whoa. Repeat after me. Circle. Cod. Square. Rabah. Rectangle. Malaban. Triangle. Mashalash.
All right.
What's square? What's circle? What's
Cob, not chop, not cob, not chop. Cob.
What's rectangle? What's triangle? You made that word up. Malashaya. It do. I'm about to write it down. Look that up later.
Right.
Say it again.
All right. Now we have the
Take a minute.
books of the Bible. All right. I want everyone facing forward. We're going to start strong and we're going to finish strong. Akkad? All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Genesis, Job, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Psalms, Proverbs, Song of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, Ruth, Joel, Jonah, Amos, Hosea, Isaiah, Micah, Nahum, Zephaniah, Habakkuk, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Daniel, Ezekiel, Ezra chapter 1 through 6, Obadiah, Haggai, Zechariah, Ezra chapter 7 through 10, Esther, Nehemiah, Malachi. Good job. All right. And now we have the
12 tribes.
12 tribes of Israel. Yep. All right.
Who's number one?
Okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, let it go. We're going to get to your mother for now.
Who's number one? Hey,
Let's focus.
eyes up here. Who's number one? Reuben. Simeon. Levi.
I hear you.
Judah.
Zebulon.
Yep.
No.
Gad.
Issachar.
You said that one.
It was Gad.
Listen.
Next one. Say louder. No. Naphtali. Manasseh. And Ephraim. And who's the youngest?
All right, good job. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go to the book of Jeremiah. So everyone, please turn to the book of Jeremiah. Once you're there, raise your hand. There it is. I got one. Now raise your hand. Raise your hand. Once you find it. There you go. But now you got to go to Jeremiah. Thank you.
That was Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah. Is everyone good?
Yes.
All right. And how do you say yes in ancient Hebrew?
A car.
Tawab. That means good. All right. So before we get into part 2 of Jeremiah, we're going to do a recap and see what you guys remember from last week. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Before I ask any questions, what do you remember from last week?
Well, so Jeremiah could tell them that he sent the message to them, but they didn't understand it. So they put them on the ground.
The dungeon.
Yeah, they kept trying to kill him.
They kept trying to kill him.
Focus. Put it up.
But he never died.
No, he did not die.
He tried to save them.
What else do we remember?
That, one of them.
Yeah. Say it louder.
One of them hit him.
Yeah. Do we remember how many times he was hit?
Yeah.
3 times. 3 times.
One,
Well, already then.
1, 2.
Was he a major or minor prophet?
Major.
What?
Major.
Do we remember how many chapters was in it?
3.
Well, if he's a major prophet, he's gonna have way more than 3, right?
4. No.
Yeah, far away. She's that close.
3.
No.
3.
No, not 3. Stop saying.
Looking for a higher number.
52. And who was the author of the book? Jeremiah. Remember, something that we learned last week was that Jeremiah wrote all these, but Baruch put the book together to make the book of Jeremiah once Jeremiah had died.
Yesterday, you said.
Last week. You said yesterday. Do we remember who Jeremiah's father was? Do we remember his name or even what he was? Say it again. Well, Jeremiah was the prophet. His father was Hilkiah, and his father was a priest, remember? And do we remember what happened when Jeremiah would give a sad message? What would he do? He would cry. Good job.
Alright. So we briefly talked about the kings. Do you guys remember?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the conversation.
His Bible is in there. Yeah.
So before we get into it, how many kings? We had a couple of kings. How many good kings did we talk about? How many good kings did we talk about?
2.
Not 2. Close. 1. Does anyone remember his name? The last good king of Judah? Say it again. Josiah. Good. He was the last good king of Judah.
That was good.
And is Judah a part of the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom? Yep, the southern kingdom. Good. Mhm. And who knows how to say Jeremiah's name in ancient Hebrew? Say it louder. Jeremiah. Everyone say Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
What's the northern tribes? It's everyone except Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So you got Reuben, Simeon, Ephraim, Manasseh, Asher, Naphtali, Zebulun, Gad, Naphtali. So all of them are the northern kingdom, and they were already carried away captivity. Who remembers who carried them away into captivity? The
Syrian.
yes, the Assyrians. And we learned last week about someone else now who's going to take the southern kingdom into captivity, and they're the
Babylon.
Babylonians.
Yeah.
All right. So today, what we're going to learn about, the kings again, the last three kings, and we're going to see if they were good or evil, and we're going to see their lineage and how they became king. And then after that, we are going to talk about the people who were carried away into captivity, and then we'll start the beginning of the Babylonian captivity. Are you guys ready? I heard one yes, and I heard
Yes.
is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you guys to go over to chapter Asharayam Shanayam. And Asharayam Shanayam 22. So I want everyone to go to Jeremiah chapter 22. And that's Asharayam Shanayam. 22. That's 2. 22.
No, let him help himself.
Will you guys get to Asharayam Shanayam? Please raise your hand. Thank you.
Plus you too. Keep going.
All right. Now you can raise your hand. All right.
Right here.
Is everyone there?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and first we're going to talk about the first king after Josiah. And that was Jehoaz.
Yeah.
Okay. He was the son of Josiah. And we're going to stay in Asharayam Shanayam. And we're going to read verses Akkad Ishar. And what's Akkad Ishar? 11. So we're going to read verse Akkad Ishar. And then we're going to read Shanayam Ishar. Good.
Jeremiah chapter Asharayam Shanayam verse Akkad Ishar. For thus saith the Lord, touching Shalom, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, which reigned instead of Josiah his father, which went forth out of this place. He shall not return thither any more, but he shall die in the place whither they have led him captive, and shall see this land no more.
So we are talking about Jehoaz. And another name for Jehoaz is Shalom. Is everyone paying attention? All right. Now, as we're going through these kings, we're actually going to talk about the judgment that's going to happen to them. Now, when your Dawada read verse Akkad Ishar, what did she say was going to happen to Jehoaz? Was he going to die or was he going to live? I'm sorry, Shanayam Ishar, verse 12, sorry. So we see with him, do you think he served Yeshua if he's going to?
No, he did not.
All right, so we have an evil king, right? All right.
I remember.
All right.
Leave it right there.
So he was the one. He was the next king after Josiah. Now we're going to talk about Jehoiakim. He was also the son of Josiah, and we're going to see what the judgment was for him and what happened to him. Okay. So now we're going to stay. We're going to stay in chapter Shanayim, which is 22. All right. So everyone stay in chapter 22, and we are going to read verse Shalasha Ishar. And what's Shalasha Ishar? Say it.
13.
Yes.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're going to read verse 13. All right.
Verse Shalasha Ishar. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work.
I remember, bro.
Hmm?
I remember. Means destroy.
Yeah. Whoa. Destruction.
I remember.
Good. But it says he's using his neighbor's service without wages. So let's say it was maybe a Monday, and someone said, if you cut my grass for me, I'm going to pay you some money. And you say, okay, I'll cut your grass. You cut the grass, and then they don't give you the money. How would you feel?
So sad.
You'd be so
That's
sad.
lying too.
He lied. So they lied to you. Mm-hmm. So guess who was doing that? The king.
She was a bad kid.
So now we got two bad kings.
Oh no!
That much. I want to be good.
We'll see. So Jehoaz was evil. Jehoiakim was evil. But there's more. We're going to stay in this chapter. We're going to stay in Asharayim Shanayim, and we are going to read Kamasha Ishar. And what's Kamasha? Yes, 15 through Shasha Ishar. And what's Shasha Ishar?
16.
Yep. So we're going to read verses 15 and 16.
15.
Verse Kamasha Ishar. Shalt thou reign because thou closest thyself in the cedar? Did not thy father eat and drink and do judgment and justice? And then it was well with him. He judged the cause of the poor and needy. Then it was well with him. Was not this to know me, saith the Lord?
So Yeshaya is here, and he's telling Jehoiakim, your father. And who was his father again? Who was the good king?
Ashiah.
Yes, he is good. But
That's not the answer.
yeah, no, Josiah. So his father was Josiah, and Josiah was a good king. And he's telling him that his father did good, and it was well with him. So Yeshua is telling him he should have did well and did good like his father did. But we see that he didn't so far, right?
So we had
So we're going to see what happens.
3
So we're going to stay in chapter 22, which is Asharayim Shanayim. And we're going to go ahead and read verses Shabbat Ishar.
17.
Yes, 17. And we're going to read that. And we're also going to read Shemawana Ishar.
18.
Yes, 18. You guys are catching on. Good job.
17.
Good. So verses 17 and 18. What is y'all?
And me, just for the page. Verse
Shabbat.
Shabbat Ishar. But thine eyes and thine heart are not but for thy covetousness, and for to shed innocent blood, and for oppression, and for violence to do it. Therefore, thus saith the Lord concerning Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, they shall not lament for him, saying, Ah, my brother, or Ah, sister. They shall not lament for him, saying, Ah, Lord, or Ah, his glory.
So we see.
They was
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They
Yes.
was breaking his commandment and his commandment.
Yeah.
He was breaking 7 commandments.
No, he did. Well, technically, he did commit spiritual.
And I think they was committed today.
Yeah,
the ninth commandment.
And the 8th commandment.
And the eighth commandment, yeah, he did steal from people because he didn't pay them the wages. He lied too. So
You guys see, get your punishment.
this is the punishment Yeshua is giving him right now, telling him what's going to happen. And so the word lament, that means no one's going to cry for him. So no one's going to be like,
Sad.
no, they're not going to be sad for him. No one is. That's what Yeshua is saying. But there's more.
Oh, no.
I know, right? So now what we're going to do, we are going to read verse Asharayim Akkad.
19,
No, Asharayim Akkad.
18,
Asharayim is 20 and Akkad is 1. So 21.
21.
Verse Asharayim Akkad. I spake unto thee in thy prosperity, but thou saidest, I will not hear. This hath been thy manner from thy youth, that thou obeyest not my voice.
So when he was a child, he didn't obey Yeshua. And now he's older and he's still not obeying Yeshua. Is that good?
No.
Do you guys want Yeshua to say that about y'all from your youth, that you guys didn't obey him and listen to him?
No.
So what should we do?
Obey. Obey.
You want Yeshua to say, from your youth, you have obeyed me. Kind?
Yeah. He broke the fifth commandment.
He broke all the commandments.
It's the sixth commandment.
Yeah, the sixth commandment. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back. So we see that he did not serve Yeshua either. But remember, last week we talked about the Babylonian captivity, right? Well, guess what? The king of Babylon is now carrying people away into captivity. And guess what? We're going to see how many times he came too. So this is the first time he came. And he carried away people that had skills and people who were of a royal blood. And we're going to see that soon and also in a couple weeks. All right? So Jehoiakim is king, and now the king of Babylon has carried him away captive with some other people. All right? So now we're going to stay in the same chapter, and we are in chapter Asharayim Shanayim, and that's chapter what?
23.
Yes, 22. All right? Now we're going to talk about, yeah, we're going to see what happened. So Jehoiakim, he was carried away into captivity. Now we need a king now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next king we have is Jehoiachin. What's his name? Chin.
Chin.
Might have to sound that one out for you.
Jehoiachin. Say it. Everyone all together.
Jehoiachin. Good.
Make sure we're focused.
And he was the son of Jehoiakim.
Pay attention. Turn
But Jehoiakim just got carried away into captivity. But now, Zion.
Turn around. Pay attention.
Come on, y'all, stay focused.
All right, so everyone, let's stay focused. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick recap real quick. So the king of Babylon just came. He took King Jehoiakim away. So Jehoiakim is in captivity with the Babylonian king. Okay, his son Jehoiachin is now king. Now let's see if he was a good king or if he was an evil king. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. So let's see. We're going to stay in the same chapter. So we're going to stay in Asharayim Shanayim. And this time we're going to read Asharayim Araba'ihah. 24. Good. So chapter 22, verse 24.
Verse Asharayim Araba'ihah. As I live, saith the Lord, through Coniah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, were the signet upon my right hand, yet would I pluck thee thence.
I like it.
All right, everyone, let's focus. All right, turn back this way. What did your daughter just read?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 24.
This is very important, okay? Because the next couple of weeks we're going to be talking about the Babylonian captivity, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and let's focus. All right. So we're in chapter 22, Asharayim Shanayim, and we're going to reread Asharayim Arabah. Okay. Yes, we are. I want everyone to Shemai.
Verse
Asharayim.
Asharayim Arabah. As I live, saith the Lord, though Coniah the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, were the signet upon my right hand, yet I would pluck thee thence.
He would pluck him. Now, this is Jehoiachin, but another name for him is Coniah. Coniah? Sorry, Coniah. So that's another Coniah, Salakia. So, if you pluck something, is it going to stay still or is it going to move really far away? Yeah, because you're plucking it, so it's just moving really far away. So, do you think that would feel good if Yeshaya plucked him?
No.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Yeah. We're going to see what else is going to happen. So, we're going to stay here and we're going to read Asharayim Kamasha. No. Asharayim Kamasha. No. Yes, 25. So chapter 22, verse 25. Okay.
Verse Asharayim Kamasha. And I will give thee into the hand of them that seek thy life, and into the hand of them whose face thou fearest, even into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hand of the Chaldeans.
So Yeshaya is telling him that he's going to give Jehoiakim into the hand of his enemies. So he's going to go into captivity also.
No.
It is so.
Oh.
All right. So now we're going to read the next verse. So we're going to read Asharayim Shasha. What's Asharayim Shasha? 26. All right.
Asharayim Shasha. And I will cast thee out, and thy mother that bare thee, into another country where ye were not born, and there shall ye die.
What? He is going to die. So all the kings so far, they're going to die. So was he a good king or evil?
Evil.
Yeah, he was an evil king.
He's an evil king.
We shall see.
Evil.
But remember, Josiah was good. He did right in the sight of the Lord. Jehoaz, he did not. He did evil in the sight of the Lord. So did his son, Jehoiakim. And now Jehoiakim's son, Jehoiachin, is doing evil. Yeah, another name for him was Shalom. That was Jehoaz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And another name for Jehoiakim was
Coniah.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going to stay in chapter Asharayim Shanayim. And that's chapter what? Asharayim Shanayim. 22. Mm-hmm. And we're going to read the very last verse, which is Shalashayim. Okay. So we're going to go in Jeremiah chapter 22, and we're going to read verse 30. So that's Jeremiah chapter Asharayim Shanayim, verse Shalashayim. Right. You got it, Michael? All right.
Jeremiah chapter Asharayim Shanayim, verse Shalashayim. So Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 30. Thus saith the Lord, write ye this man, childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days, for no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David and ruling any more in Judah.
So now he's not gonna have no children. He's childless. He's being carried away into captivity.
Oh no. Who we talking about?
No.
No.
Jehoiachin. Mm-hmm. So guess what? The king of Babylon, he came back again. So now while Jehoiachin is king, he came back and he carried away some more people. So this is the second time that he's come. All right. But let's see what happens. So he carried out some more people. He also took things out of the temple. Yeah, you sure? Yeah, the one that's out a little bit. They took it and they took things out the king's house. They took out people who know how to work with their hands, like craftsmen, people who build things, and blacksmiths, so people who make tools. They took all those people out, and the mighty men.
took all tools?
Yeah,
It's food
no, the people who know how to make those.
fire?
Okay, let's focus. Let's focus. So guess what? This is the second time he has come, and he has left all the people that were the poorest of the poor. Those are the only people left in Jerusalem. So he's coming away. He's taking people, but we're going to find out about these people that are being taken away really soon. So we're now going to go to Jeremiah, and we're going to go to chapter 24, and we're going to read verses 1 through 3. So listen, Jeremiah, chapter Asharayam Araba'aha, verses Akkad through Shalashim. I'm going to say it one more time for y'all. Chapter 24. So, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 24, verses 1 through 3. So that's Jeremiah, chapter Asharayam Shanayim, verses Akkad through Shalashim. Is everyone there? Good.
Yeah.
So wow.
So where
Are we all there?
Yeah.
How do you say yes in ancient Hebrew? Sawada. Sawada. Akkad
She's telling us thank you for
through Shalashim.
Jeremiah chapter Sharayam Araba'ai verse Akkad. The Lord showed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Lord. After that, Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the princes of Judah, with the carpenters and smiths from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. 1 basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe, and the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad. Then said the Lord unto me, What seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, Figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil, very evil, that cannot be eaten. They are so evil.
So Isaiah showed Jeremiah. He showed him 2 baskets of figs. Figs are it's a type of fruit. All right. So in one basket, it was some good fruit. On the other basket, it was some really bad fruit. And we read it was naughty, and they were so bad. So you couldn't eat those fruit. Okay. So that's a type of fruit. So the ones that were really bad, they couldn't be eaten. So what do you guys do with bad fruit? Do you eat it? There you go. You throw it away. And what do you do with the good fruit?
You can eat it.
And you keep it. Right?
But what if it's rotten? He's so hungry.
You throw it away.
She said, but you so hungry.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
All right, let's listen.
Oh no.
So 2 baskets, 1 good, 1 bad. And we're going to see who Yeshaya is making this reference to. All right? So we're going to say in chapter 24. So we're going to say in Jeremiah chapter 24, and we're going to go ahead and read verse 5. So the book of Jeremiah, chapter Asharayam Arabaiha, verse Kamasha. So, yep. So chapter 24, verse 5.
Jeremiah chapter Asharayam Arabaiha, verse Kamasha. Thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good.
So Yeshua carried away those first two set of people away for their good. But we're going to see more about that. So they went into captivity to the Chaldeans, which are the Babylonians, for their good. And those are the good figs that Yeshua was showing Jeremiah.
Because of the work that they were skilled in, they wouldn't be like slaves. They would be like the workers. I don't know.
We're going to learn about that in a couple of weeks.
He was gonna ask what's for their good.
It was better for them to live there, and we're going to see that also in a couple of chapters. It was better for them to live there than to die. But we're going to get into that, okay? So we see the good figs are the people. We're the good people that Yeshua carried away captive for their good, okay? Now we're going to stay in chapter 24, and we're going to read verse 8. So we're going to stay in Jeremiah chapter Asharayam Arabaiha, and we're going to read verse Shemawana. So everyone should be in chapter 24, verse 8.
Jeremiah chapter Asharayam Arabaiha, verse Shemawana. And as the evil figs which cannot be eaten, they are so evil, surely thus saith the Lord, so will I give Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and his princes, and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt. I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb, to taunt and a curse in all places, whither I shall drive them.
Ooh, does that sound good or bad?
Bad.
So will you guys rather be the good figs or the bad figs?
Good.
The good figs. Mm-hmm.
So, and that explains why the first two groups, it was better for them to leave than to stay.
Mm-hmm. So we see that. So now Jehoiachin, he was carried away captive. Well, we already heard the judgment that was going to happen to him because how the type of king he was, right? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, thank you. All right. So now, when Jehoiachin was carried away captive, the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar, he made Zedekiah king. And Zedekiah was the son of Josiah. All right. So now we're going to look at some things about Zedekiah. He's the last king of Judah. We're going to find out. So we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 34, and we're going to read verses 1 through 3. So Jeremiah, Shalashayam, Arabaiha, verses Akkad through Shalasha. So Jeremiah chapter 34, verses 1 through 3. 34 to 34.
Oh, no. Oh. Jeremiah chapter Shalashayam Arabaiha, verse Akkad. The word which came unto Jeremiah from the Lord when Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his army, and all the kingdoms of the earth of his dominion, and all the people fought against Jerusalem, and against all the cities thereof, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Go and speak to Zedekiah, king of Judah, and tell him, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire.
Fire.
Yeah, that's what we just read. He's gonna burn it with fire.
All
right, let's listen. Let's continue. Let's keep reading. Let's see.
Verse Shalasha 3. And thou shalt not escape out of his hand, but shalt surely be taken and delivered into his hand. And thine eyes shall behold the eyes of the king of Babylon. And he shall speak with thee mouth to mouth, and thou shalt go to Babylon.
He's speaking to mouth.
He's gonna speak with them mouth to mouth. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and skip over, and we're gonna go to Jeremiah chapter 38, verse 17 to 18. So the book of Jeremiah, chapter Shalashayam, Shemawana, and we're gonna read verse Shabbat Ishar through Shemawana Ishar.
Go back to it.
So everyone should be turning to chapter 38, and we're going to read at verse 17.
I got it.
17. So,
Right there.
Jeremiah chapter Shalashayam Shemawana, verse Shabbat Ishar. Then said Jeremiah unto Zedekiah, Thus saith the Lord, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, if thou wilt assuredly go forth unto the king of Babylon's princes, then thy soul shall live, and this city shall not be burned with fire, and thou shalt live in thine house. But if thou wilt not go forth to the king of Babylon's princes, then shall this city be given into the hand of the Chaldeans, and they shall burn it with fire, and thou shalt not escape out of their hand.
So Yeshaya is telling Zedekiah, if he goes with the king of Babylon, that he will live, and the city won't be burnt down. So Yeshaya is telling him what he needs to do. All right? So let's see what he did. You guys ready? That's what we're about to find out. So we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 39. And we're going to go ahead and start with verse 1. So the book of Jeremiah chapter Shalashayim, the Sha'ihah, verse Akkad. So chapter 39, verse 1. Shalashayim, the Sha'ihah, Akkad.
Jeremiah chapter Shalashayim, the Sha'ihah, verse Akkad. In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his army against Jerusalem, and they besieged it.
So this is the third time that King Nebuchadnezzar came to Jerusalem. All right, and he's about to take over. All right. So we're going to see what happened to Zedekiah. All right. So we're going to stay in chapter Shalashayim, the Sha'ihah, and we're going to read. One second. We're going to read verses Araba'ihah. So Jeremiah chapter 39, verse 4. And we're going to go all the way to verse 6.
Verse Araba'ihah. And it came to pass that when Zedekiah, the king of Judah, saw them, and all the men of war, then they fled and went forth out of the city by night. by the way of the king's garden, by the gate betwixt the two walls, and he went out the way of the plain. But the Chaldeans' army pursued after them, and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho. And when they had taken him, they brought him up to Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, to Riblah, in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon them. Then the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes. Also, the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah.
Oh my goodness. So we see a lot is going on. So did he listen to the warning that Jeremiah gave him?
No, he did not listen.
That was the warning. Listen. So he tried to run away.
What was he told to do? To do what? Say it. You just said. Yes, he was supposed to go. But what did he do instead?
Ran away.
He ran away. And what happened because he didn't listen? What happened to his sons?
They got sued.
They got sued.
And guess what? They also put out his eyes. They put out, y'all paying attention?
Pay attention.
What happened, Mike? What happened to his eyes? I said, Michael. I said, your cousin saved you.
You need to make sure you're paying attention.
His eyes got put out. Yeah, so he couldn't see no more.
Just like when you did your art earlier.
Look at that. All right, so now we see what happened to King Zedekiah. So he was the last and final king. Well, he was the last king of Judah. So did he do good or did he do evil?
Let's find out.
We just found out. Did he do good or evil?
Evil.
Mm-hmm. So this was the third group that was carried away. This was the last group that was carried away captive into Babylon. But remember we talked about those good figs, right? And the good figs was carried away captive into Babylon. Guess what? Jeremiah wrote a letter to them. And we're going to see that letter in a few moments. But before we do, we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 29. And we're going to read verses 1 through 2. So Jeremiah chapter Sharayim to Sha'ihah, and we're going to read verses Akkad through Shanayim. So let's go ahead and turn over to chapter 29. Are you paying attention? Go to chapter 29. 29.
All right. Turn around. Sit.
Jeremiah chapter Sharayim Basha'ihah, verse Akkad. Now these are the words of the letter that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem unto the residue of the elders which were carried away captives, and to the priests and to the prophets, and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had carried away captive to Jerusalem to Babylon. After that, Jeconiah, the king and the queen, and the eunuchs, and the princes of Judah and Jerusalem, and the carpenters and the smiths were departed from Jerusalem by the hand of Elisha, the son of Shaphan, and Gemariah, the son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah, king of Judah, sent unto Babylon, to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that were carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon. Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives, and begat sons and daughters. And take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that they may be increased there and not diminished.
All right, so we see here the letter continues on, but in this letter, Jeremiah is telling the people that are in captivity to live, to build houses, to have families, and to continue on. And then also, we're going to see in chapter 29, verse 10. So we're going to stay in Jeremiah chapter 29, and we're going to read verse 10. So Jeremiah chapter Asharayam, the Sha'ayah, verse Kamasha. Sorry, verse Ashar. I'll say it one more time. Jeremiah, you was already there. Jeremiah chapter Asharayam, the Sha'ayah, verse Ashar.
People on YouTube may not understand English. Say it in English too.
Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 10.
Jeremiah chapter Asharayam, the Sha'ayah, verse Ashar. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you, and perform my good word toward you, and causing you to return to this place. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
All right, so Yeshua is telling them that they're going to be there for 70 years.
70 years.
But Yeshua is going to be with them. All right? But we still got to talk about some things. What about the people who weren't carried away captive? Are those the bad figs or the good figs? They weren't carried away captive.
We just read what's going to happen to those who were carried away captive. So what about those who weren't?
You said
No,
the
you
first
said
time.
right the first.
Yes, they were the bad figs.
Uh-oh.
So with the bad figs, they were left. Those were the poorest of the poor that were left. And guess what? Jeremiah told them, when they asked him what should they do, Jeremiah went to Yeshua to find out what should these people do. And they said, whatever you tell us that Yeshua said for us to do, we're going to do it. So Yeshua came with the word. And Yeshua said, don't go to Egypt. Stay here. I will plant you, you will prosper. That's what Yeshua told them. You know what they said? You speak falsely. You lie to us. We're going to Egypt.
No.
So they didn't listen to Yeshua. And then they said they were going to listen to Yeshua?
They lied.
Right. Liars.
What commandment was that they broke? What is it saying?
Liar.
You're going to say it louder, but yes. So guess what? They went to Egypt.
They said they would do whatever Yeshua said, but they lied.
They did. But guess what? When they moved to Egypt, Yeshua punished them.
Punish.
They were disobedient and they were doing idolatry. Doesn't that sound familiar? There's something talked about not doing idolatry. What is that? Idolatry. What's the
What?
no other?
God required me.
And what's the second commandment? Mm-hmm. So they were disobedient to Yeshua. That's right. Shake your hair right out. But we're gonna talk about some people who were obedient. Do you guys want to see some people who were obedient?
Yes.
All right. So we are going to go to the book of Jeremiah. We're going to stay in the book of Jeremiah, and we're going to go to chapter 35, and we're going to read verse 2. So that's the book of Jeremiah, chapter Shalashayim Kamasha, verse Shania. 35, I think.
Jeremiah chapter Shalashayim Kamasha, verse Kamasha. Oh, Shania. Go unto the house of the Rechabites. And speak unto them, and bring them into the house of the Lord, into one of the chambers, and give them wine to drink.
Give them what to drink?
Wow.
Give them wine to drink. Uh-oh. Let's see. We're going to stay in chapter 35, and we're going to read verse 4. So that's going to be verse Arabat Iha.
Verse Arabaiha. And I brought them into the house of the Lord, into the chamber of the sons of Hanan, the son of Igdalah, a man of God, which was by the chamber of the prince, and was above the chamber of Messiah, the son of Shalom, the keeper of the door.
So now we're going to do, you read verse 5. Just listen, we're going to see.
Verse Kamasha. And I set before the sons of the house of the Rechabites pots full of wine and cups. And I said unto them, drink ye wine.
Oh,
This one drink.
that's a whole different story.
There's a wonderful teacher.
Right? So now we're going to stay in Jeremiah chapter 35, and we're going to read verses 6. So Jeremiah chapter Shalashayim Kamasha, verse Shasha.
Verse 6. Verse Shasha. But they said, we will drink no wine. For Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, commanded us, saying, ye shall drink no wine, neither ye nor your sons forever.
So now we're going to skip down, and we're going to read verse 8. Shemawana.
Verse Shemawana. Thus have we obeyed the voice of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, and all that he hath charged us to drink no wine all our days, we, our wives, our sons, nor our daughters.
All right, so did they obey what their father told them to do?
No.
Yes, they did.
They didn't drink no wine. Yes.
Yeah, and their father told them not to drink any wine, and they obeyed their father. And guess what?
So they get this.
Yes, they did. And guess who saw that? Yeshaya. Yeshaya saw that. So we're going to read verse 13. We're going to read verse 13 and 14. So that is Shalasha Ishar and Arabah Ishar. Chapter 35, verse 13 and 14.
Verse Shalasha Ishar. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. Go and tell the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, will ye not receive instruction to hearken to my words, saith the Lord? The words of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, that he commanded his sons not to drink wine, are performed. For unto this day they drink none, but obey their father's commandment. Notwithstanding, I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye hearken not unto me.
So you were right, but now they kept the commandment. They honored their father's commandment. And Yeshua saw that, and he used as an example before they went into captivity to tell them, why don't you listen to me? But we're going to focus on, we already talked about that, so we're just going to focus on them being obedient to their father. So Yeshua saw that they were obedient. So do you think Yeshua sees when you're obedient to your mother and father? Yeah. So we want Yeshua to always see us being obedient, and also more importantly, being obedient to him. Akan? All right. So that is the end of the Children of Light Bible study lesson. All praises go to Ahai, Yeshua, and the Holy Spirit. Glory to the Holy Spirit. Please join us for our main Shabbat lesson at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.